End all war, stitch the sky. The easy one first, of course.
You're daft, yeah?
Dragon Age Inquisition is the third installment in the Dragon Age series from BioWare, the powerhouse behind other mega successful series like Mass Effect. The studio's last two big releases, Mass Effect 3 and Dragon Age 2, were rather disappointing. Because of that, I was skeptical that Dragon Age Inquisition could be anywhere near as good as EA was hyping it up to be. And yet, it's as good as they claim.
Eat it! Eat it!
So where should we start? Well, pick any place. The world is absolutely gigantic. There's a dizzying amount of places to explore, codex to find, loot to collect. It almost rivals MMOs. This is not a game you can fly through in 10 hours, even if you try. You'll be spending plenty of time in the field, looking for items and completing quests. No matter where you go, you'll be treated to lush, masterfully detailed environments. Even the bits of landscape miles into the distance will make you stop and stare. Exploring these places is made totally different from previous games with one new, albeit super simple element: jumping. That sounds like an obvious thing to have, but BioWare hadn't let you jump in these games yet. It completely changes how you approach the landscapes, forcing you to think three-dimensionally about tackling a hill or finding a plot point. And the main plot is a good one. Save the world and all that, but with twists I won't spoil here. Suffice it to say that Inquisition doesn't commit the same sin as Dragon Age 2, ending the story just as it's getting interesting. The main arc has you play as the Herald of Andraste, savior of the people, but it's not until you've spent considerable time in the world pushing your ideals and gaining fame that the game injects some horrible truths into the fray. Dragon Age Inquisition is at its best when it challenges your perception, and unlike the mess that was Mass Effect 3's plot, the mind games actually work really well here.
Do you know how young mages are found? A little girl has a nightmare, and in her sleep, she burns her house down. A teenage boy has a fit, and lightning rips his mother to pieces.
Helping you along on your journey is a ragtag crew of former Templars, mages, soldiers, really anyone you can get to swing a sword. Some of the best characters in the series return, including two of my favorites, Leliana and Varric. There's a group of new characters as well, full of personality even if I don't like them all that much, Vivienne. Additions like Sarah and Iron Bull are remarkably well voiced, though the rest of the cast are great as well. The writing is genius in general. There's plenty of snark and sarcasm, and at times it's downright funny.
So, this is it, huh? Oh no, it's fine, yeah? It's just, I thought it'd be bigger. Hear that? I meant the stronghold, but it sounded like... Well, it's funny, right?
But to get to all these moments, you've got to put your weapons to work. Combat in Dragon Age Inquisition is fantastic. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it's the best in the series. It combines the action-first style of Dragon Age 2 with the more tactical style of Dragon Age Origins. It's a clever system. In certain cases, you'll actually be forced to take that step back, because your enemies can and will decimate you if you charge right in. And the transition from the tactical to active combats is seamless. Dragon Age Inquisition is a fantastic game, but it still has a few potential issues. As good as the story is, don't expect to be wowed from the start. It takes around 10 hours for Dragon Age Inquisition to really get going, so you won't be doing much aside from building your army little by little and farming quests at first. The payoff is worth it, but you'll have to sink a chunk of your life to see it. And I have to mention the bugs. We got the PS4 version late because there was a problem with Sony's upgraded firmware. Now the game crashed twice, but more often little bugs like bad pop-in textures or frozen dialogue wheels or glitched doors showed themselves. If you've played the previous games, you will absolutely love this. The hype is real. And if you haven't played the other two, well, there's the Tapestry to help you get caught up. If you're a fan of BioWare games or Western-style action RPGs, you should absolutely get this.
The Conclave was hers. It was a chance for peace between mages and Templars. She brought their leaders together. Now they are dead.